everybody, Cynthia Maynard here, and I was kind of in the mood to break into some of my canvases. Here I've got an 8x10, just a little skinny canvas you can pick up at your local craft store, and I thought we'd just do some mix-up media on there. I had some paper that I really liked. It's very vintagey, the postcard and the stamps and different ones on there. Very scripty, and I liked the neutral background, so knowing that I don't know what I'm doing right now. So I'm just going to go in and adhere this down with some medium to my canvas, and then we will build up from there. Okay, I took some cereal boxes and I used some big dies from Sizzix, and I cut out a dragonfly and two of these hinges that I am going to emboss. I think I just adhered this paper down with some soft matte gel, and yeah, so I'm gonna set that aside while that's drying and go ahead and work on these guys. So I have a mixture that I had made a while ago for another project, and I'm going to add some it's that the encrusted jewels from Stupendous, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this green Frontage Aged Hunter embossing enamel to that. And then, not that I'm trying to be Christmassy here, but I've got some nice colors that will stand out on our canvas there. Some different textural elements. Alright. And because this has so many layers, and for example it's got the bits of paper in there, we're going to have to emboss from underneath, or heat from underneath rather. So I'm going to go ahead and just sort of stick this in my pad. Sure. And the embossing powder will help kind of glue down the little paper fragments that are in there. So what you could do is heat this from underneath and then shake off the extra. How it gets kind of molten from heating from underneath there, and it kind of melts everything down and gives it this lovely textural element there. So that are two hinges that are done and need to be glued down, and then we've got our dragonfly that I also did in a Frontage spiced enamel one, and it kind of bubbles, and it's just that nice rusted molten sort of element there. So the gesso will kind of whiten things up a little bit. Got my brush. I sort of a cheapy paintbrush that I kind of dedicate to all my work like that. First, actually though, I think I am going to go ahead and glue down my cereal box wonders here. And this does dry clear, so no worries if you get something on the, you know, side we're looking at here. So I'd measure, you know, the distance that these are down, but I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. And these will need some pretty strong adhesive since they are cardboard. I'll lighten things up a little bit. My goal is not to cover everything up, but just to kind of give some white space to kind of like so. We have our dragonfly coming in. Here, I'm going to try to use this liquid metals and metallic jade and see how I like that. Put a drop or two. It's a little dropper, and it doesn't take much. And it's got a little metallic shine in there, which is always nice. And then you just kind of mix that. little bright for me. Yeah, the green didn't turn out to work very well on this, so the nice thing about paint is you can just paint over it. A bit more gesso, and then go back to the drawing board, or the painting board as it were. Layering on here in a distressed fashion. Thought it would offset my copper butterfly pretty nicely. Everything we've got going on here is very, very pretty and very shimmery. You can see that. I'm going to try to use this Inca Gold here. It's a bit of a gray to pick back up these gray bits. Use a clean paintbrush for that. You can even smudge that with your finger as well if you want to spread it a bit. You could have used gelatos here as well. Bit distressing on him. Make him look like he's tied into it. Oh, look at that shiny. Isn't that pretty? Alright, I think it's time to do a bit of stamping. I pulled out some stamps. I've got this one that I think might be from Stampers Anonymous or Graphic 45. I'm not sure which because I got it a long time ago, but I liked the key in there since we have sort of this book locked journal type situation, and I grabbed some like copper and dark gray ink, and so I'm just going to kind of play with that just to kind of give some more texture to the background. Just stamping right over what I have. I have this, which is from Finnabair. It's textural. So remember, our dragonfly is going to be in the middle. Just kind of pulling the edge out here. Can even tie in some of the corners. Oops. Going off the off the grid here. Sort of playing. You're just trying to layer and layer and find balance with everything. We can even stick some dragonfly going with the copper. Corner that didn't quite come out. And that will kind of pick up and tie in with him, and hopefully that'll make sense. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I'd like it to be a little bit lighter underneath, so I think I am going to go ahead and go in with some more gesso just to lighten it up just a tad. You're still going to see all the stamping and all of that. Just need something a little lighter. Even that's pretty good. I've made quite a mess here on my craft table. That's okay. That's good. And then we can just kind of mount him. You can kind of bend him just to kind of give him some dimension. Almost like he's landing on the, you know, the canvas here. So I'm going to kind of, I'm trying to decide to put him straight or on the side. I think I kind of like him straight this time, since I've got these guys on an angle. Normally I put things on an angle. I think I'm going to go against the flow here a little bit, and then you can just adhere him with the matte gel on his wings and his tail, just like so, just to kind of adhere him thoroughly. Like so. And then you just let him dry like that. I think I might risk a little more glitter and put some stickles. Just using the tip to kind of spread it, just to give a little extra centerpiece there, something to help him stick out a little bit. Since our colors are all very earthy, I'm not going to cover his whole tail and everything, but just, and that is going to need some time to dry. Just kind of have it naturally going out to the sides. There, I think I'm happy with that. Certainly was fun to play around with. You start with a white canvas and you end up with, let me move this out of the way here. You know, you end up with, you know, a piece that can be hung on a wall and add some interest to the room. Alright guys, if you like mixed media art and just playing around and having fun with products, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and go ahead, if you're new, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Thanks.